Ayurveda for me is probably the life, and whatever happens with me is in and around Ayurveda. I cannot leave this path. Namaste, this is Dr. Paritosh Bhatt. I'm an Ayurveda physician who is working in AVP, and right now I am heading the facility which is called as Ayurveda Hospital and Training Academy, which is located 25 kilometers away from Coimbatore city. How I came to Ayurveda? It is a very different kind of journey what I ever had. I started long back in 2004, and I just wanted to help people, but I never knew how. Meanwhile, I got an opportunity to come to the college in Chennai. I just started. See, basically I belong to Varanasi. It's a very holy and cultural city of India, and probably the oldest living cultural city of the world. And I landed up in the Chennai, which is a combination of extreme materialistic world as well as extreme spirituality. Meanwhile, I studied Ayurveda for 5.5 years, and fortunately we had a very good teachers who made our interest more in Ayurveda. This was a time when I started feeling that something more should happen. So based on our teachers' guidance, we took up post-graduation, which is called as MT or Ayurveda Vachaspati. This is a 3 years course what we took up in a very different branch of Ayurveda, which is called as Rasa Shastra. This branch actually belongs to the use of metals and minerals in Ayurveda, specifically mercury and its preparations. And as soon as I finished my post-graduation, I have been absorbed in AVP, and since then I am working under Krishna Kumarji and other senior physicians of this age-old company. One of the reason what I faced is in North the Ayurveda is not so strong how it is now in South India, and probably Kerala is now known to have more following traditions of Ayurveda than anywhere else in the world. So probably something has attracted me. I also cannot say exactly what it is. This is very interesting because for us the basic qualification to get into the Ayurveda course is 12th, where we read physics, chemistry and biology. So once you get into Ayurveda college and a teacher comes and tells you teaches you Sanskrit, say some philosophy, say some Panchamahabhutas, you say, oh God, what is happening around me? And actually it takes 6 months of time to basically understand what is happening around, and it's a truth. And once we get into that, and see, one thing what I really realized is to learn Ayurveda, it is very important that you have a spiritual nature. And if you do not have, you are very materialistic or you are very so-called scientific, then it is sometimes difficult to understand Ayurveda as such. See, all Indian Shastras starts from a basic thing which we call as Vedas. Now, this Veda talks about something called as Atman, your true self, not your body, the true self. And we say that this Atman is connected to the Paramatma, that is the God or Supreme Consciousness. So technically or philosophically, we are connected to each other. And when we deal with a patient or deal with somebody, actually we are dealing with a human body, another system. And it is very important that we are connected with each other. And whatever we do, it is towards the benefit of that Atman. So basic nature of human being is very spiritual. And when you are spiritual, you actually do actual justice to the patient. There are so many times we get cases where you do so much of medicines or therapies or anything, nothing works out, and probably some astrological corrections, some rituals or some small things, it suddenly works and your life changes. Now this thing is possible only with Ayurveda and no other medical science. Ayurveda for me is probably the life, and whatever happens with me is in and around Ayurveda. I cannot leave this path. There were so many chances where I was offered to go into an allopathic practice or work in an allopathic hospital. Somehow I stick to it. I'll tell you one experience of my life. When I was a student, I got appendicitis. Now and I was told that within 6 hours you have to be operated and appendectomy should be done. I asked one of my teacher, Dr. Jayakrishnan, and he said, don't worry, you just come to me, we will do something. So see, appendicitis is a very big thing, so we are all fear what is going to happen. And fortunately I was very well fine with Ayurvedic medicines, without any antibiotics, without any chemicals, without any surgery. I'm fit and fine, alive in front of you. So this has made a lot of confidence in me. Then I realized that Ayurveda is something with which anything is possible. The only thing we require is to go deep into this ocean. The more deep we go inside, the more we explore and the more we help. So for me, now it has become a life. It is inseparable things from me. Actually, when you actually read about different books and different sciences, you will actually realize that what all the modern science is finding, it is already there. And it is all somehow, some another way you can correlate it. For example, I always give an example of a beautiful book by Dr. Candace B. Perth, The Molecules of Emotions. And it was so good book that in that she has told in the last that I wait for the day when you have a headache, and instead of popping in some pills, you go and sit in the corner and meditate, elevate your consciousness so that the body produces enough opioids which relieves your headache. It's something like neuropeptides. Now a scientist of that level from National Institute of Health and talking about this conscious level, and we in Ayurveda definitely this consciousness and philosophy is talked right from the beginning. The thing is that we have to link it, and that is only possible when you know this science completely and that science completely. Otherwise you cannot link, and you have to be unbiased. That is very important. Yes. Recently there was one research done where they have found out the genomic analysis of Prakriti. We always tell there is a Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, Kapha Prakriti, and they found out there is one G, P143 something. This gene is predominant in Pitta Prakriti people, and this gene is specifically responsible for metabolism and digestive functions. Now can you imagine, the modern science has started telling what the Pitta Prakriti characteristics has been told, it is exactly same in the genome gene mapping. This is it's like actually proving the old age science. But I think what Ayurveda has told, it is far ahead than the current modern science. So I think it will take maybe so many years, so many researches, experiments to actually prove what we are actually practicing now. Yeah, that is true, that because for the BAMS course, what is offered by in India as a Ayurvedic course is 5.5 years, where the basic qualification, as I said, is physics, chemistry and biology. So it's a science background which is a qualification to study Ayurveda. This is somehow doesn't go very well, because if you do not understand philosophy, if you do not go with the Sanskrit, it is very difficult to understand and learn Ayurveda. When we were students, some of our friends had this difficulty, but we were fortunate enough to have such a good teachers who had taught Sanskrit and philosophy very well. So that gives us a lot of confidence and interest to learn Ayurveda more and more. But I believe that a lot of people does not have that privilege, and this possibly a minor problem which still persists in society. But in ancient days things were different. In ancient days, if you have to learn Ayurveda, you have to be expert in certain Indian shastras like Tarka, Sanskrit, grammar and so many other things. One thing is there are 2-3 types of people we get. One who is in very chronic situation and they have lost hope from everywhere, and finally they come to us. There are second type of people who have been referred by the people who have learned Ayurveda before or get treated Ayurveda before. And there are third type of people who believe Ayurveda too much. Okay. So the people who are in chronic phase, there is absolutely no problem, because whatever you do, it is most welcome for them, because if they are getting a 5% also relief, they are happy with it. The people who've been referred by somebody, there will be half break knowledge. So sometimes they know it, sometimes they don't know it, sometimes they keep on asking questions to us. So our consultation also involves educating patients. We tell them what we are doing, how we are doing, what are the benefits of the treatment and all. And the people who have lot of interest, they also come to us with different kind of books, and during our stay in the hospital, they read books and they keep on asking questions to us. So this is very common in our field, but always half knowledge is difficult. I was discussing sometimes before, we got a patient, she was foreigner, and she has learned from internet that she is a Vata Prakriti. Now she was very unhappy about it. So she says, "Doctor, I want a consultation." I said, "Okay, welcome, please come. I am Vata Prakriti, I want to change to Kapha." Now see, Ayurveda says that once your constitution is been made before your birth, at the time of conception, now how can I change it? This is something which is not very good, and this is possibly because of wrong knowledge which is prevailing in the society. So I always recommend to my patients and the friends, if you want to learn Ayurveda as such, if you have interest, please go read the original text like Ashtanga Hridayam. There are very good commentaries which is available, and that will give you correct knowledge and not this wrong knowledges. In this question, I would like to comment one thing. All the people I met in Brazil as a patients and different thing, I faced one thing, that the society, we are little confused, and there is lot of anxiety, lot of depression, lot of stomach issues which is prevailing in the society. Probably because we have having lot of industrialized food and different lifestyle, lot of meat and so many other things. But what I feel that there is a strong way where you can change your lifestyle and you can be disease free. So this is the prime motto of Ayurveda, where we say swasthasya swasthya rakshanam. That means to prevent the health of the healthy. And if you get disease, then you are most welcome to get treated. but the maintenance of health is the prime thing what Ayurveda teaches. Now this is something which not only Brazil but all over the world people can learn, because if you can change your wrong lifestyle or some wrong food habits and you can be healthy, it is the best thing you can do to you. So this suggestions of Ayurveda is something which has to be propagated all over the world, and the more you spread, the more healthier society becomes. And for any nation, the healthier society is a point or is a path of progress. So if any nation grows, is only possible when your society is healthy, both mentally and physically.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you.